Hello, everyone. Just give it a few more seconds so everybody can join.
Can I pop in and start chatting with him? May I?
Your audio is on, Willem.
Cool. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day wherever you are. Welcome in. Welcome in. Do me a flavor. Just pop into the chat and tell me where you are from. Just pop it into the chat. Where are you from today? Where are you dialing in? Hello. I am your father. I am from the Death Star. Alberton. Nice. Love that. Hello, Donnie. Welcome. Nice having you here. Soweto. Nice. Selani. Apologies. I have sun in my eye. So, yeah, welcome. Where are you from? I am dialing in from the Cape Town International Conference Center. I am currently speaking, or later, at the South African Innovation Summit. Hello from Polokwane. What's with Alberton? The second person there, Peter Mattersburg, Cape Town. Hey, live long, man. I'm here as well. It's a beautiful day in Cape Town. It's cold though. Feels like I spooned with a snowman. But yeah, Pretoria. Hello, goeiedag.
And we're
Cape
here
Town,
in
wow.
Roodepoort. So thank you so much for everyone joining
Hey,
from across the
Priyanka.
country. It's fabulous to see everyone. Willem, thank you so much for bringing your energy with today. So just a welcome and a thank you. And before we start off, I just want to remind everyone that if you have any troubles with joining via Zoom, you can head on over to our webinar page. We'll drop the link in the chat so you can head on over there if Zoom is giving you any issues at all. So it's lovely to see everyone curious to know more about starting side hustles. Just a quick introduction to myself. I'm Marina Steyn. I'm the editor here at SME South Africa, and I am proud to host today's event. With us, we have our speaker, Willem Gous, accomplished speaker and author, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about side hustles without risking it all. So with that, Willem, over to you.
Thank you, Marina. Well done. Unfortunately, everybody cannot stand, and a round of applause. Rick Ed, nice seeing your face from Egoli. That's beautiful. I love it. We have 52 people in the room so far. Well done. Loving it to bits. Just do me a flavor. In the meanwhile, just pop into the chat what you would love to get out of this webinar. What made you come to this thing? You know, instead of like, oh, what a side hustle. Yeah, everybody wants a side hustle, but what do you want to get out of it? What is it specifically that you're struggling with the side hustles that I can help you address that today? Let me start getting my screen share to crack a lack with that, and we can make a plan. Marina, I understand I am a co-host, so let's share that. Cool. Everybody can see that? Oops-a-daisy. Let's go back to that. So yeah, today we're going to talk about how to start a profitable side hustle without risking everything. And that can let me just pop the chat out here so I can see what's going on the side here. Thank you. Thank you. Have an idea for a side hustle? Hey, Gous. Hey, Amos. Without hurting my pocket. I love that, Solani. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So what we will cover is about starting your side hustle, lowering your cost and risk, as well as looking at time management. Now, cost and risk, I always laugh at people when they say, no, but entrepreneurs are risk takers. I'm not a risk taker. I do not wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to have a bowl of risk for breakfast. No, not my thing. Ed, you want to go like for clients to migrate from a side hustle to real business? Yeah, that's the same thing. It would be nice to know what we have access to assist setting up. No, Erika. No, you must do it yourself. Nobody will come and do it for you. Okay, cool. Lowering cost and then time management. Let's get cracking into this. Just a little bit about me before we start. So I'm Willem Gous, that guy. And I was voted Startup Mentor of the Year 2023 for the African Startup Ecosystem Builder Awards. My company, The Human Entrepreneur, won the Entrepreneurship Education Program. We were finalist Incubator of the Year as well. And apparently I am a top 50 thought leader on and influencers on Lean Startup. And I will go like, get Lean Startup out of Africa. We need to get that out. Okay, cool. You want to grow a side hustle as well. Let me tell you, so I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. It's been a long time. I come from a manufacturing background. I have my master's degree in information systems management from the University of Liverpool. I've been in online for 28 years, shows my age. And then for giggles, I've also won multiple awards in the creative industry. That's why I work with anyone from in the Arts and Culture Trust to tech incubators to doing work in townships. Talking about work in townships, let me share with you, this is the voodoo that I do on a daily basis. I go into a township, I take this beautiful face there. Luckily, I have a face only for radio. And I take unemployed people and I get them to start a profitable business in 5 weeks without requiring external funding. Let me say that again. I get unemployed people in townships to start a profitable business in 5 weeks without needing external funding. In fact, you're not allowed to use the F word in my class. Cease. Don't say that. You can swear though. But the thing is, what we've been able to do is we reduce the time of job creation to 5 weeks. The cost, CEDA used to do it at R500,000 a job. I can do it for about 20,000. And we can do it at scale. So this is quite nice. Love it. So this is also my latest book that I've written, Side Hustle Success, Low Cost, Low Risk Way to Make More Money in 5 Easy Steps, because I saw there's a massive need for practical, relatable entrepreneurship education, because I found working with thousands of township entrepreneurs, but also talking to people who's in massive corporate jobs who want to start a business, all of you have the same questions, fears, and worries. So what I do in here is why start a side hustle? How to start a side hustle? The shortest of chapters, how to find customers with money, overcoming fear, rejection, and demotivation, and also building a rhythm of success. As you can see from this, there's little about talking about the business, and it's all about you. Because you have to understand entrepreneurship is not a destination. It's not a journey of having, it's a journey of becoming. It's a process that you're going through. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that only about 10% of employees currently have a side hustle, while 60% of employees indicate that they wanted to start a side hustle in the next 12 months? Are you one of them? And this comes from the Momentum SME and Side Hustle report released last year, 2023, October. So there's a massive need in this. So you're not alone in this. So that's why I wrote the book, and I'm doing the work that I do to help people like you. Okay, so why start the side hustle? I would love to pop that into the chat. Why are you starting a side hustle? Why did you start the side hustle? Pop in the chat quickly. You know, too much month at the end of your money. Did you know my friend Mlamule Mbambu, he does financial literacy. And he said 77% of South Africans do not have enough money at the end of the month. And I've been there as well. You know, it's scary as well. I need market. No, you don't, Natalie. You don't need access to market. You need access to action. But I'll explain that. Cannot find employment. Retiring. Many people have called me. Willem, my business is the company I'm working for is going to start folding, so I need to do something. Not enough money. I love that. Thank you for that. Control over my own life. Erica, that's why the book is so important. Why are you starting the business? Most people have no idea. Expenses growing. I don't know if you've noticed, but salaries are stagnating. Students need to cover costs. School kids need to earn money. And also, it's a great way. Side hustle, what I love about it is you can easily and quickly test a new business idea. So let's move into what's the difference between a side hustle versus full-time entrepreneurship. Now, a side hustle There's less risk. You quickly test ideas. It's quicker, easier to try again. In other words, when it fails, you can start again, and it requires limited time. It gives you control over what you want to do. Okay, full-time entrepreneurship, that's a massive risk. You're committing to an idea. It's like meeting this great person in a social event and go like, I'm going to commit to them for the next 2 years and I'm going to commit everything to that. That is insane. Do not do that until you've dated them for an extended period. And the same happens with your business. And that's what I love about a side hustle. You can just date and see how it goes. If it doesn't work, you can break up with that business idea and get another one. Also, full-time entrepreneurship, it's slower because you're committed to one idea. Also, you might not have any money left to try again once it fails. And most businesses will fail. And don't worry, it's not a bug in the system. It's a feature. It's supposed to. And it requires all of your time. I mean, you have to do everything. You go like, this is my life. I committed to you. I am married to you, my business idea, which might not work. Okay, let's look at how to start. There are many ways that you can start a side hustle. I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can start a side hustle. You use existing skills. Quick to start, quick to make money, least risk. So if you're a web designer, do that. If you're a graphic designer, do that. If whatever skill you have, if you can cook, cook. My son, he's 14. He has a ton of money by baking banana bread and selling that. My daughter, when she was a matric, she sold cookies and makeup. She did about $5,000 a month as a matriculant. So very easy things that you can have there. Also sell a product. That's what my daughter did. Quick to start, quick to make money, little risk. You might have to invest in a little bit of stock, or if you can negotiate, hey, can I have this stuff on consignment? You're like, nice, bashash, let's do this. Okay. It also easy to try something new. If you want to go into something more, I have this idea and it involves 3 or 4 parties, it's going to take more time to start. Like somebody was in on my 4-week side hustle success program, and they were in London, and they were looking at a new way to help students from India and Asia find the right apartments dealing with the right people. So that agency needs to go through a process. So it takes a little bit more time and it's a little bit more risky. But what is she risking? Time, a little bit of money. Okay. That's the best thing it can do. If you have any questions about this, do this. Thank you for sharing that in the chat. Cannot find permanent employment. My buddy, you are not alone. That is the bulk of people out there. Youth, I think it's more than 60%. Let's move to the next one. Types of side hustles. You got 2 types of side hustles. And coming back to that comment about, I need control over my life. Okay. Project-based, continuous. Project-based, start, stop, benefits. Project-based is like, I'm a web designer. I design a website, I deliver the project, it's done. Okay. You choose how much time you want to give to it. It's always easier to accommodate sudden changes. What do I mean sudden changes? Hi, Willem. Hello, my wife. I am pregnant. Oh, my word. My life is about to change. Okay. So things change. Or I have to travel. Like now, I'm in Cape Town this week. So now I can't be in other places. So I can just open the tab, close the tab, open the tab, close the tab. Okay. And then continuous, more consistent income. So let's say you're a food person. I'm going to make some type of foodie thing. And now I get a stand on a market or something on weekends. So yeah, every weekend I sell. So every weekend I make money, but you have set times. So it's less freedom, but who's in control? You, your business. And it's difficult to accommodate sudden changes. You know, now you're sick, your kid's sick, you have to be out of town, you want to go on holiday. Now somebody has to man that stand, because if you're not there, they're going to give it to somebody else. So those are the things that you have to consider. But yes, I'm a big fan of skill. I see you working a full-time job, turning my skill alongside spare weekend time into a self-sustaining hustle. Help teach IT to the less privileged. Sean, let's not go for the less privileged. Let's go for the semi-privileged, because they have money. Okay. I love customers with, and everybody say it with me, money. Let's move there. Reducing risk. Okay. The best thing to reduce your risk. You don't need money to start something. Use what you have. So in my township work, there's one lady, she's in the mid-40s. I think she's from Orange Farm. I don't know if any of you have been there, but she has a bakery. So she does biscuits and scones, freakishly amazing. But she does not own an oven. And now everybody, first thing now in an innovation summit, everybody like, but Willem, she needs funding for premises, industrial oven. No, what you need is a phone. You go like, Kazlam, do you have an oven? And you're like, no. Okay, cool. Do you know somebody with one? So she walks to her sister's house, 10 minutes from her house, bakes there, takes a taxi from there, and goes to the rank. So she's using what she has instead of having to invest and risk, reduce risk, reduce risk. Play the 50% game. I love this game. If you say, well, I need $100,000 to start this, ask yourself, how might I start it at 50,000? Once you get there, ask yourself, how can I do it for 25? Once you get there, how can I do it for 12.5? And then you do it for 12.5. And if that business doesn't turn out, you can do it again and again and again. And also, here's an important thing. Have a clear cutoff. If you're going to start this thing and say, well, I need my side hustle to generate $5,000 in the next 30 days or 10,000 Rand in the next 60 days, have a cutoff. Have a goal that the business has to work towards. Why? Because if it doesn't get there, you can make the decision to go kill it and start something else or persist. Your choice. Remember, you are now conscious. Don't come to me. I've seen so many people, but Willem, you know what? We're 2 years into this business. It's not profitable yet, but it takes 3 years for a business to become profitable. I'm like, BS, dude. Maybe if you do shop fitting and stuff, but if you're selling a service and a product immediately, I need to be profitable by this afternoon. So don't fall for those things, but have a clear cutoff. Have a start and end point and a decision point that you have to have there. That's very important. Okay, cool. Reducing risk. Small steps. Okay. Too many of you go like, yeah, but Willem, I need this and everything else. Okay. You can't jump from the one side of a room to the other side. Okay. Number one, it's impossible. Number two, if you do and it's in the wrong direction, you have to jump back. Take a small step, see, okay, is this working? Take a small step, see, is it working? Small step, move forward, okay? Stay within your risk profile. I get a lot of flack in the market, in the work that I do, because I see entrepreneurship as a learnable skill. Anybody can do this, absolutely. And I've seen the proof in my work in the townships, anyone. Now, I get a lot of flack, go like, but Willem, you're not creating real entrepreneurs. You know what? Then please get out of the ecosystem. You're destroying people. Okay. Every entrepreneur takes risk within their profile. If you don't like a lot of risk, take small risks. Will it take you longer to build that company? Absolutely. But whose company is this? Yours. It's like me telling you you're building the wrong business or telling you, oh, you're raising your kids wrong. No. Okay. So that's the nice thing. Stay within your allotted time. If you say, I'm going to do 2 hours a day in this thing, stick with it. And when it doesn't flow into it, ask yourself, how might I fit it in there? Okay, that's what we need to do. That I just want to see here from Chief. Hi, been doing golf and marathons and ultra marathons, running for many years and exposed to top-notch coaching. I would like to turn this into a side hustle. Boom, mic drop. Love it. Very easy. So we're going to talk about that just now, Chief. Okay, taxman, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not going to generate or register an entity and you're going to be a sole trader, just talk to your tax guy. Okay, keep in mind, South Africa, a lot of things don't work in this country, but we have the #1 most efficient tax system in the world. SARS will make your life hell. In fact, I heard a lady at SARS say that to a guy. She said to him, do not mess with us. Your life will become complicated and it will become a hell. So don't mess with, and don't. So just take an hour, buy an hour from an accountant and go like, how do I do this? Okay, cool. I love this. Marketing. Okay. Avoid these for now. Sales funnels, spending money on marketing, social media. Please don't do that. Why? But Willem, oh no, that's my main source. Yeah, good reasons. Let me have a sip of my coffee. So what we do there, most people jump to social media on all these easy channels. Like going on a dating app. It's simple. I don't have to face rejection directly. Somebody just swipes left on me, or no, what's it, right? I don't know. I should get in these apps maybe and learn how to work them. But you don't have to face the rejection. And that's what people try to avoid. Most people are so scared of being rejected by somebody, but going like, hey, this is what I do. And nah, I don't like it. So they do that and they hide away from the one thing that they need to do. Okay. And that's the problem. Best thing is, if you want to date, go meet people like, hey, how you doing? I'm single and ready to mingle. How you doing? What are you doing today? Something like that. Same thing you need to do with the customer. Okay. Spending money on sales funnels. Let's look at that. A sales funnel makes the assumption that you know what your customers want. You have no idea. Okay. If you go like, yeah, but Willem, I wrote a fancy plan. Okay. A business plan is the same as me asking you to script and tell me exactly, predict how a first date will happen. You know you can't do that. I know I have plans and I have a plan for a date, how it should end, but it rarely goes out like that because I have a face for radio, unfortunately. And the same thing here. It's difficult. You can't build a sales funnel because you have no idea what the customer actually wants. Okay, do this. I never stop doing this. Talk to people. I only do business B2B. Pop in the chat if you know what B2B is. Tell me what B2B is, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me, who's the smart person in the room who can tell me what B2B? No. No, bri to bri, I like that, sure, no, but it's not business to business, ladies and gentlemen. It is this thing, belly to belly. You walk to people and you're like, how you doing? Okay, that's the best thing. And ask questions. Ask the right questions. In my book, in chapter 3, you see everything. What are the questions you should ask and must ask? And also, what are the questions you should avoid? Okay? Do not do that. Do not just tell. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I have a line, and it's leading to a new book. If it doesn't work in the bedroom, it doesn't work in the boardroom. Okay? And that's an important thing. If it doesn't work in the bedroom, it doesn't work in the boardroom. What do I mean by that? Imagine, ladies, entertain me for a moment, that we go on a date and I get there and I go like, whoo, let me tell you, I am the bee's knees. I am the best man you have ever seen. You will smile like a cat with 9 tails and cream in his bowl. Okay, you're going to get up and walk. Okay, nobody's going to like that. Nobody's going to enjoy that. Okay, but because you're not interested in her, you're not interested in the other person. But that's how most of us go out and sell. Hi, I'm the best, I'm the this. Okay, get interested in people. That's the wrong thing that you can do there. Okay, growing your side hustle. Okay, have you ever spun a tractor tire? Just pop in the chat if you have never spun a tractor tire. And pop in the chat if you don't know what a freaking tractor tire is, if you haven't seen one. So a tractor tire is very big. Okay, it weighs up to 250 kilograms for the smaller ones, and it can get much bigger. Now, if I had to ask you to spin that thing, you can't just clap it and it spins and then it has momentum. Okay? Yes, cool. Nice. I've seen one, but not spun it. Okay, love it. But what most people do, they spin that tire, spin it, take a break. Whew, it's hard work. And then they spin it again, and then they sit back, have a zamalek, and then they chill a bit. And then they go, but this tire never spins. It never gains momentum. And this is the same thing that you have to have your side hustle, is consistency. Okay? Do it consistently, because that's the thing, is you have to put the consistent effort in until it can gain momentum. Getting back to your golf and marathon experiences, what are you consistently doing to get the customer book going so that you can build a money machine, a constant running business? I love that. Let me say that again, money machine. I should get me one of those. Okay. Now, I have to warn you, a lot of people confuse this, and that's what I see in the entrepreneurship development space as well. They think teaching people entrepreneurship makes them entrepreneurs. No, you have to become one. And this is all the work that I do, in the book. If you're interested in the book, it's in 15, what do you call those things? Exclusive books, bargain books, and Wordsworth as well. You can go and check it out there. Get a copy, read it. It's simple. But entrepreneurship is a journey of becoming. If you get funding, and I laugh so much at these conferences where I am now, people think, no, funding will make me an entrepreneur. No, Sipiwe, it won't. It's just going to make you highly indebted and under tremendous pressure and stress. So you can't have extra income, more success, doing the same things, living the same life repeatedly. You're going to have what you had before. Okay. And that's the thing, that you need to do that. I see Tanya needs somebody to help her with a tax return. Tanya, let me introduce you to the Google. Go like, hello, Google, I need an accountant. I can fix it for you. But I'm sure there's somebody on this platform. Can you confirm that? Yes, Mrs. Administrator. We must have a tax person on this platform. Let's do this. Okay, so you have to become somebody different. And that's why you have to realize that's a difficult part about entrepreneurship, is changing into that new person. Okay, so my questions to you is, what have you done about it? What actions have you taken to start your side hustle? Yeah, what have you avoided? If you've avoided anything in starting your side hustle, pop that into the chat. It can be a fear of failure, fear of losing money. It can be your limiting beliefs around your ability, your experience. Okay. And especially those who are not making enough money or unemployment and you're burning into your savings. Okay. Clients do not pay on time. Nice. We will look into that one. That's one of my favorites. So many of us see what's happening with our finances. So many of us see what's happening with our life. We go like, no, one day I'll start the side hustle. One day. How long are you going to wait until life has to make a decision for you? Okay. And that's the problem. Better to start now when you have, it's never going to be the best time. It's the security as I'm in the township. No, townships are tough. You need to work around that. Okay. So what have you done about that? And do not do this alone. How will you become somebody different? So many people know that they need to change. Everybody tells me, Willem, at least I learned from my mistakes. No. If you ever had relationships and you look back and go like, damn it, why do I always end up with these psycho people? Who's the common denominator? You're not learning from your mistakes. And that's why you have to have a coach and mentor like me. That's the nice thing. I'm going to go like, hey, look at this. What are you doing now? You know, why are you doing this? What are you not seeing there? And that's an important thing. Okay. So book a session. SME Advice will offer a 10% discount to anyone booking a session with me today. And going forward as well. I don't know how long the special runs, but also you can book a free 30-minute session with me and go like, hey, Willem, what can we do about it? Do you think we can? It's a great way to test your side hustle idea and get some guidance and see if you like working with me or not. You know, so that's a great way to start this. Hop onto that, make a booking, make a plan, Let your people meet my people and our people make commercial success. Okay, cool. Question and answer session. Nice.
Thank you so much for that, Willem. I appreciate it so much. I think we all learned a lot here today. It was absolutely fabulous getting advice from you. So I'll just share my screen real quick here. I just want to remind anyone, if they do have other questions, they can just pop it into the chat, and where we have time, we will take it.
Yeah, I'm going to answer some questions there.
So,
may I?
I just also wanted to remind everyone.
Yeah, remind them.
Sure.
I'm having lip ice.
Okay, so everybody who's seen it on our social media before, Willem has given us the one copy to give away to a very lucky attendee. To qualify, you have to be attending this webinar. So everybody here, congratulations, you're already a contender. And then the second step to qualify for the free copy is that you have to book a paid mentoring session with our experts. So go ahead, book those sessions on smesouthafrica.com. Sorry, .co.za. Yo. And then our winner will be announced at the 30th of September. So you can stay tuned for that. Let me just move my page here. Why is my page? Oh, there's clicking. Okay. Also, just a reminder, you can use the coupon for Hustle Hack to get a 10% discount on any session on SME Advice.
Do me a favor, Marina, if you can put a link to my profile in the chat as well, then people can go there and start checking stuff out.
We will go ahead and do that, and we will
also and if you don't find a session, available session, just reach out to SME South Africa. We're looking at the calendar at the moment. There's a bit of a syncing issue, but I'm thinking we will sort it out very quickly, and so make a plan of that. Can I do the Q&A?
Yes. So I think our first question, we can jump away with what you said was your favorite one. What are we supposed to do if clients say they'll pay at the end of the month, and then the end of the month comes and nobody pays?
Okay, classic. I'm going to say something and it's going to make you uncomfortable because it means you have to step into tension. Chapter 5 of the book, How to Overcome Fear, Rejection, and Demotivation, deals with that. Be careful of what you tolerate. You're teaching people how to treat you. Let me repeat that. Be careful of what you tolerate. You're teaching people how to treat you. Okay, so I do work. So I'm an international speaker, but I also do training work for bigger companies. So if I do international speaking, so like I delivered a program for Vodacom, and I think it's, it's a 4-hour event, but it's about, I think, $400,000 to pay for it. I don't arrive to do the event if it's not been fully paid upfront 7 days before. If it doesn't reflect in my bank account by then, it doesn't. Okay, with the bigger companies, now I'm starting a 6-week project. Just mute somebody there, please. And what we do there is I take a 50% upfront payment, and then at the end of the 6 weeks, I take 40%, and then I invoice the last 10% on submission of final report. Because I set clear boundaries with that. And if you don't set clear boundaries from the beginning, this is how I work, and people go like, but I don't work like that. What do you say to them? You are not my customer. Okay. The fact that somebody wants it and says they could possibly pay for it doesn't mean that they're a customer. Okay. Don't be needy. That's a very dangerous thing. So set the boundaries, communicate it from upfront very quickly. Security and township, that's an interesting one. You know what? Go to another market. I live in I wouldn't say a fancy suburb in Joburg, but there's guys selling millies on street corners where I live. So they go out of the township and they go and sell millies there, and they're making a lot of money. So I love that. So you can move market or find a venue where you can do that into that. How much is a session? Cheap, cheap. Today only 2,125 bucks. I am coin operated. Throw money at me and I'll help you sort out your side hustle issues. Will there be a recording available for this session? I believe so. Is that true, Marina?
So we have this session. It's being streamed on YouTube. It will be on YouTube, but also if you go to SME Advice, you will find it there under the webinar section, as well as any other webinar previously. So if you joined late or you want to just refresh what Willem has taught us today, then definitely go there. You can check it out again. It's really, really good. It's
Good,
there.
cool.
It's not going to move.
What other questions you have? Come on, people, throw the difficult ones at me. Make it challenging. Okay, and it
So
took me time to learn, set boundaries, and not to be needy. Well done. Divorcing a client who is not prepared. Respect. Love that. Boundaries. Okay, including those who always want you to drop price. So I had a very uncomfortable situation in the last 48 hours. Quoted the client 400,000 for a job. They came back and we're starting in 5 days' time, and they say, "Well, management only prepared to pay 300,000." So that's a difficult thing. But what I communicated to them is this does not lead to a sustainable relationship, and I communicate that stuff clearly. So it happens. Are also there, but I prefer to work with people who do not moan about my price. But talking about that, 30% of people should complain about your price. If nobody complains about your price, you are too cheap. Okay, building credibility when you have none. I don't know. You know what? Can you do the work? So what you can do there, building credibility when you have none. So when I tested my 4-week side hustle program, I developed a special package, got some testers in on that you have to do a video and text testimonial, and you have to complete the survey after every lesson. And yeah, that was it. And now I have testimonials and proof that the work that I do in that, even when we do it online, works. Okay. You have not said where you can buy the book. Just call. It's in 15 different exclusive books. Just call them and go like, "Hey, I need this," or connect with me and you can order one with me. I charge more. Why? Because I'm a capitalist. But you can get it in bookshops. I was at OR Tambo, at airport there, but it is also in many of the ones in Gauteng. Okay, I love the advice about the training pricing. Thank you. With the pricing, what is the best approach to interview competitors, suppliers? Telecom, go and talk to people. Just call them up and say, "Listen, I want to talk to you about this. How might we?" Janet from South Africa, what could be the most profitable business to open in villages? What villages? I don't know. You have to go and figure that one out. Go and see what everybody's using. So I had two guys from Diepsloot, and they wanted to do either kotas or hamburgers or hot dogs. I said, "Go and talk to 50 people." They came back and said, "Nobody wants to eat a hamburger." About 15 people like hot dogs. The rest all said kota. I'm like, well, then you know what to do. And we changed the quota because a quota is a quota is a quota. Because how did that work? The transformer exploded. They didn't have electricity. I didn't want them to cook chips on a pot with oil in it on a fire. So we did mince with grated cheese on top. So it looks like gold. It's the Egoli quota. It is the millionaire's quota. And by week 3, they were making 1.5 a week. By week before they were doing 3,500 bucks a week in profit. So that could be the thing. Go and find it. Be careful of looking for the most profitable business. It's not always the easiest business and might be a lot of risk. If it was the most profitable, everybody would be doing it. So just go find something that works for your customers and works for you. Any other questions?
So we had a
Any?
question earlier
Yes, shoot.
from one of our attendees who asked, how can you get clients? So especially if I'm thinking how you mentioned to avoid social media and paying for social ads for a while,
Yeah, because
how
you have
can
no
I get
interaction.
clients?
Okay, cool. And in the book, I talk about that. But when you book a session with me, we're going to look at what are the top 3 ways they can go and find customers now. Something that I always do. Number one, I pick up the phone and I call a few people and go like, listen, I'm starting this. Would you buy something and get something like that? Otherwise, I'll go. So here I am at this event. And yeah, I have connected with 2 very high power individuals already. And I'm just shamelessly going to them and like, I can help you reduce your risk and cost and time, especially with insert how it benefits them. And they're like, ooh, can I have your details? So talk to people, go to events, go to venues. I mean, I will sell on a date. I go like, first time we're meeting for coffee and go like, well, I work for this corporate and do this. Wow, can you introduce me to that guy? That's how I get, and then I have meetings. So talk to people. That's the best way you can do it. About licenses requiring selling food. No, I eat food. I do not make food. I make food for my son and I. So it's called RTFM. If you're not familiar with RTFM, you can pop in the chat and go like, no, what is this? Read the flippin' manual. So go and do research because it's different in different areas and what you want to do. Sandwiches to sell motorists. Go and look at what your local laws are and see what you can do. Maybe a short one, Erica, could be if your kids at school. So when you fetch the kids at school, you sell sandwiches to the parents so that they have lunch for the kids ready when they get in the car. I know my son's always hungry. So that's how you can start doing that. Does one need a license for that? I don't know. I would rather go and find out than not. Okay, let's look at what's a good sample size for market research. Okay, that is a brilliant question. Round of applause for you. I love that one. Be careful of talking to people saying, well, I'm going to do this. I am going to sell pepper flavored lip ice. And then I talk to 50 people and one person says they like it. And they go like, maybe I should talk to another 50 people. Maybe there's another person. Okay, the market is screaming at you. I do not want this. Okay. So if you talk to 20 people about it and all 20 say, cool, we like this, and it can help us, that's a good start. If they say that, and in the book I cover, be careful of how you ask, is get deposits, get immediate deposits. Somebody says, you know, I like this. I'm going to, okay, cool. Do a 20% deposit right now. Because if their chances are, if they're not prepared to buy now, they're probably not prepared to pay later. But don't sell yourself apart and keep doing research until it supposedly proves your idea. When you do research and market research, how can I make my business idea fail? If you can't make it fail, that's good. So I had this one woman on my, and it's just a sidebar, and then we can go to the next thing. She had an idea for her side hustle. It's like a local Etsy type of thing, and she tried something, blah, 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 never launched. 3 weeks later, she had a brain fart and something like, ooh, this. And she emailed 10 people. One person asked, do you have a book? Have you written a book about this? Do you have an online course? I have students I want to send on this immediately. And 3 other people had a similar thing where they're like, hey, cool. Can you do this training? Do you have something for us? I have a lot of customers for you. And they're based in the UK and she's based in Afrika du Sud. So that's a nice thing. How do I package my products if it's services and cost them as a consultant? Simple. package something, talk to 10 people, see how it's received, change the package, talk to 10 people, see how it's received. You actually have to do the work, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, that's the thing is, that's what I'm doing here. Every person I talk to, I look at them and ask them, what's the voodoo that you do? And they tell me, and then I cater my pitch and packaging at that moment on the fly that I'll do immediately there. So learn to talk to people to get those things done. I hope that answers your question. Any other questions? Anybody? Sefa pledged 50 grant for my concept, but I do not have a company. I requested startup. Okay. So it's not difficult to register a company if you want, or use somebody else's company. But be careful of grant funding. Grant funding means you don't have to pay it back, and that's a dangerous thing. Tell yourself, okay, so here's something I write about it in the book as well. If somebody gives you, and I hate the word funding, stop using funding, it's a loan. If somebody gives you $100,000 loan, they want $200,000 back in 4 years. So even if you have that 50% grant funding from SEFA, tell yourself, okay, cool, create a separate bank account, pay that loan back with interest. So pay 100% back over a 4-year period. Be careful of that because it might stifle your innovation, your hunger, and your creativity. I have a farm with coal minerals. I need mining investors. No, you don't, Lucas. It's too big. It's too massive. It's like me saying I'm going to date the Statue of Liberty. It's just too big. Okay, start small. That's the problem that you have. I was talking in Orlando East with these guys, and this guy had a similar idea, but in a different industry. And he's been busy with it for 9 freaking years. And when we unpacked stuff, we found that he already had a product that he could sell and make at least $100,000-$200,000 a month, which he could have started 9 years ago. And he said, I wish I met this Mulungu 9 years ago. So, Lucas, the money, the time for something to happen like that is going to be a 5-year conversation. I'm taking my work in financial services. It's a 3-year conversation. 3-year. Next year, I'm doing a test with another company. That is then 3.5 years into that conversation. It's a long sales cycle. Do that when you have a lot of money. Okay. So how might you go and start something smaller, quicker? The idea is to create 1,000 jobs, entrepreneurs. Department of Social Development wanted to see a prototype. Well, I got that. CFA 50. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I sorted that problem out already. If you want to partner on that, talk to me. Got the proof already. I've done it for 4 years now. So you need to run tests, and that's what I do. So last year I did a test out of my own pocket, took a few $100,000 out of my own pocket and ran a test on prisoners or people on parole. So that because nobody gives them a job, and then they turn to crime, and then they to make a living, and they end up in jail again. And I proved that wrong with my process. We had a massive success rate, and we keep people out of jail. So, but I did that test out of my own pocket. I did that test on my dime. Nobody else like that. Okay, cool. Nigel, just reach out to me. Let's talk. Schedule that 30-minute session. Let's make it. What's your contact details, please? You have it, Marina. They can make contact with me through the SME website. Well done. Make there. Let's keep the conversations going. That's where business leads. It starts with a conversation. Everything starts with it. I had a few ways coming in. Anybody else? Nice. There's it. Any other questions? I think I need to go and eat.
So our time is almost up, so I think we're ready to move on. Thank you so much for everyone.
I'm gonna miss you.
Participating. All of the questions. If there are any other questions you'd like an expert to answer, you can go drop them in our forum on SME
Wow.
Advice. If you don't know about the forum yet, definitely go and drop it there, and we will answer it in time. So thank you so much again for joining, everyone. Willem, thank you so much for your time today. It was lovely.
Lovely
We
with
learned
you.
so many interesting things about side hustles, and I'm sure everyone is inspired to go and make their side hustle dreams come true. So
Everybody's
again,
hustling.
just a
Yeah, I like
reminder
that.
to everyone, don't worry, it is on our platforms on SME Advice. You can navigate to where it says webinars, and you can watch it there. You can also watch any old webinars. We have a library of a lot of speakers talking about interesting topics. So thank you once again for joining. Willem, thank you so much for
Yeah.
today. It was
Thank you for
wonderful
having
hearing
me,
you.
and thank you for everybody who showed up. It feels so special today. Thank you. Okay, that's great. And let's schedule sessions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a side hustle in every one of your homes. Let's go turn your idea into income. That's what we need to do. Idea, income. How quickly can we do it? Hold my coffee. I'll help you make that happen. Boom.
Thank you so much, everyone. And please go tell everyone on social media how much you found inspiration out of today's session. And we hope to see you with the next one. Just a reminder that you can book your session with that special code. All the attendees will receive that code as an email as well. Thank you so much and have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye. Thank you, Willem.
Bye bye.